Hello and welcome to Avenging Past 7. Today is day 248 of our free-to-play farming guide. And I have some unfortunate news about Grand Arena. All three accounts lost. All three accounts lost, and this one was probably the saddest because it was the closest. No, it was not. I guess the alt account was the closest. I couldn't touch his ships. He had a good boss ship going, and is that a relic? Yeah, relic 5 boss. I couldn't touch him. So, all three accounts lost. Terran Malicos is in the game, or coming to the game, for Conquest. So, that's cool. Man, there was a lot of news the other day. I didn't talk about it yesterday. I think I watched videos on it yesterday. Yeah, I think it was mostly announced yesterday, maybe Wednesday. Man, there was just so much news. Galactic Legend Leia is coming to the game. A new Ewok, what was it, Princess Nisa? Terran Malicos. A new guild raid. Man, there was a lot, and that's cool. I'm probably actually most excited for the new Ewok, because I feel like that will be the most achievable for me, in my accounts. Whereas, I mean, Terran Malicos being a conquest unit, who knows when, if ever, I'll be able to collect him. For Princess Leia being a Galactic Legend, I feel like I actually might be able to get her. Her requirements actually did seem rather low, or rather achievable, I'll say. So I might actually have a chance with that one, and that one might actually be rather possible. So that might be cool. So let's see. Other than that, I don't know if I have too much to talk about. So we will talk about Indiana Jones for a minute. If you have not seen Indiana Jones at all, any of them, go and watch them. Start from the beginning. At least the first three. If you have seen them, but it's been a while, go watch it again. I have seen all but the newest, just once, up until the other day. I saw the first three when I was young, and I know the stories, I know what's in them, and I liked them. I was never like a super fan or anything, but I liked them. And what was it? The other day, earlier this week, my wife and I sat down. We watched the first one, and I was surprised with how much I enjoyed it. Not that I thought it was a bad movie in the past, or that I thought I wouldn't enjoy it, but man, movies from that time period were just good. If you have never seen, maybe I need to make a video on it. I'll say that a million times and never do it. But the movies that were releasing in the 80s, the 80s were just such a fantastic decade for movies. I mean, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Star Trek was starting to release some fantastic movies in that decade. Terminator, Aliens, and I'm sure there's so many more. I mean, Top Gun. I'm pretty sure was Top Gun 80s or 90s. I actually probably 90s. There's so many great movies, but the Indiana Jones, especially so many things about those movies that are just good. It's just that they're what I've always noticed with movies that are, just good all around is that there's a good guy, there's a bad guy. They each have different goals, and you get to see the good guy win over time, and maybe he falls in love. Um, there's nothing to do with giving the bad guy a reason for being bad. Which, I mean, there's every once in a while there's nothing wrong with that. Every once in a while you can make a good story out of that. But I mean, Endgame did a really great job with that, or Infinity War and Endgame did a really good job with that. I don't know. I think I'm just going to start rambling in a minute. But yeah, I really enjoyed Indiana Jones. I really enjoyed that first one, and I want to go and see the second and third now, because it's been 17, 20 years since I last saw them. So seeing them again is interesting. I found it interesting to see what I held on to in remembering what was in the movie, what specific scenes, because I always remembered the scenes where, like the fight in the market. I remembered specific parts of that, like how he just shoots this crazy cool looking bad guy instead of an actual fight with him. Um, I remembered the scene where he uses his staff to find out where the Ark of the Covenant is kept. Um, of course, I always remembered the him being on the boat or in the base and fighting the Nazis. Him, when they opened the Covenant. I always remember specific parts, and it's interesting the ones that, as a child, I forgot about. But it was just that it's a movie that adults can enjoy and kids can enjoy, even if kids won't pick up on everything. They can still enjoy it just the same. And maybe I'll talk about it more tomorrow. But my argument towards cinema and film, TV, I think will always be that the best TV shows, the best movies, will always come from people making a movie that adults, or people making a project that adults and children can enjoy. It doesn't have to be that adults need to be able to enjoy things that kids can enjoy. It doesn't need to be that the kids need to be able to enjoy what adults can, but something in the middle, something that has that fascination that children can be fascinated by it, like Star Wars, and really grasp on to lightsabers are cool. Chewbacca is cool. And then you can stop there, but then there can be this deep underlying story of, family trouble, of an emperor manipulating his way to the top and taking over an entire galaxy. There can be all these other things surrounding it. Why does that say that hasn't started yet? My other two accounts could go through that. Um, but Star Wars is a good example of it. Marvel is a good example of it. Of something. See, it's already started. Is there a different one going? Oh yeah, there is. Okay. Um, Marvel's a good example of doing something that children and adults can enjoy. And I think the best projects come from that. Star Wars Clone Wars, it's an animated project, sure. But adults and children can enjoy it. Adults can enjoy it for the story elements and how it lifts up the prequels, how it lifts up the Star Wars story as a whole. And children can enjoy it because Jedi are killing droids and it's cool action. Avatar: The Last Airbender, another great one, where as children love it because it's funny, it's got some fights, it's got some cool animation, and adults can enjoy it for the story and the relationships built across the story. My wife and I watched that, I guess, about 3 years ago now, back in 2020. Um, and I think that sure, there comes a point where, um, like a toddler is not going to be able to enjoy Star Wars to a point, but they're not that much. It's going to be difficult for them to enjoy Star Wars because they won't be able to grasp almost anything from it. But a toddler can enjoy shows like Bluey or Dora or Blue's Clues, and adults can appreciate those, but they probably won't want to sit down and watch that. And so yes, there's a point where that rule changes a little bit. Um, but I think the best shows are ones that everyone, the whole family can enjoy, that children can enjoy and adults can enjoy, because there is a challenge with it. But that's my thoughts. Um, Man, I want a Relic Wampa so badly. After Relicking Wampa, I'll probably go after Savage. I want to get Kenobi up there too, actually. Probably next. Should I go forward with it? I need more credits. We'll get there. We'll get there. Don't rush the account. There's nothing really special going on with the account. Really. We're just kind of going through every day. But that's the 10-minute mark. And most people will have signed off by now. So if you are still here, thank you for the support. Thank you for enjoying the channel. Thank you for watching all the way through. I hope that y'all have a fantastic day. I hope it all goes well for you. I hope Grand Arena goes better for y'all tonight. And we'll see if I can actually record Grand Arena tonight. We'll see. Y'all have a fantastic day. And may the force be with you.